Delmarva is all about crabs, but would you eat this crab if you saw it on your plate? Today on DelmarvaLife, we're going to have fun with Sean Stryker as he tries his hand at cake decorating in our Day in the Life series.
If I saw this crab come out of the ocean, I would not eat it.
But the fun isn't just for Sean. I'm going to have a little fun with you as I school you in a peach pie eating contest in honor of the upcoming Dover Days Festival.
Well, you can't have a festival without entertainment, so you're going to see a preview of 13 the Musical.
Speaking of entertainment, this boy was little Darth Vader in the famous VW Super Bowl commercial a few years ago. But did you know he was born with a life-threatening condition? We tell you what it is, why it's something he'll fight for life, and how a mother's instinct is key to discovering the problem in your baby.
Well, the CDC reports that vehicle-related injuries are the leading cause of death amongst children. But if you properly install a child safety seat, well, you could potentially save your child's life. Coming up, we'll get a first-hand look at how to properly install one of these seats and tell you about a safety check coming up to make sure your seat is properly installed.
It's hard enough to speak English sometimes. Imagine having to learn 2 languages as a toddler. We're going to learn more about this new trend, the benefits, the potential issues with having bilingual babies.
And who wouldn't like some new outdoor furniture, maybe a bathroom makeover, even $50 in gift cards and services from your favorite Delmarva businesses. We'll tell you how. DelmarvaLife starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to DelmarvaLife from historic Studio D.
I have to say, I've been just glued to all the coverage coming out of Baltimore, and Wycomico County Sheriff Mike Lewis made national news last night. Did you see it? He was in Baltimore. Here's what he had to say.
Well, we're here at the request of the governor. The governor actually put out a request to all law enforcement statewide, requesting an additional 600 ride-equipped police officers, 10 armored vehicles. We responded at the request of the governor.
Yeah, I like to see Sheriff Lewis getting involved. He arrived in Baltimore in their armored MRAP, or mine-resistant ambush vehicle. Now, in this interview, Lewis talked about his response his team received from people inside and around a church.
Rather remarkable.
It was remarkable, so yeah. Incredible.
Okay, so we're talking about Baltimore. Have you gotten tired yet of seeing the Baltimore mom pull her 16-year-old son out of the Baltimore?
No.
It's because I haven't.
Nope.
Bless her heart. Toya Graham told him to not go there. She recognized him on a TV report. She went out and got him. The hashtag Mom of the Year exploded yesterday. Take a look at this. What the New York Post had on their front page this morning. Forget the National Guard, send in the moms.
Right?
Like that.
I agree. Well, thanks to the riots in Baltimore, there was a first in Major League Baseball. Yeah, Major League Baseball decided that the final game of the Orioles-White Sox series would be played without any fans in the stands. Now, according to John Thorne, official historian for Major League Baseball, this will be the first game with 0 attendance. Now, the previous low of 6 was at an 1882 game between the Worcester Ruby Legs and Troy Trojans.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so I guess we know hot dogs either.
Oh, see, there you go. Okay, so how did it all go today? We're going to let you know with WWOC News at 6. Well, Delaware is one of only 13 states that don't require school personnel to have suicide prevention training. I didn't know this. That is changing, though. House lawmakers Tuesday unanimously passed legislation aimed at preventing suicide among Delaware's youth. House Bill 90 mandates annual 90-minute suicide prevention training sessions for public school employees, among other things.
Very important.
That's a great idea.
It is a great
Sorry
idea.
it took this long to get it done. Something else, though, that's taken a long time to come around is you may not know that lions are beginning to disappear. There's a presentation that's coming up in Easton about lion conservation in Africa. This is going to be fascinating. From East Africa to Easton, an introduction to lion conservation is open to the public and appropriate for families. Bring everybody. This event's going to feature Shivani Bala, who is the founder of the Iwaso Lion Project. Also, Janeria Lekalele, a Samburu warrior who serves as the community manager for this project.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Take the family.
That
For more
sounds
information,
very interesting.
contact the country school. That's where it's going to be at 410-822-1935.
Check it out. You know, Jimmy, with spring finally here, it's time to plant the posies. Environmental Concerns annual spring native plant sale will be held Mother's Day weekend by the St. Michael's Nature Trail, growing more than 120 species of shrubs, trees, and herbaceous plants for more than 43 years. Environmental Concern hosts one of the largest native plant sales on the Eastern Shore. Now, EC's featured plant this spring, yellow sneezeweed. You heard me right.
Yellow sneezeweed. Okay. As you know, jousting has been Maryland's official sports since 1962. Now, it's changed a little bit since the medieval days. Tournaments conducted in Maryland are ring tournaments. Take a look at this. Involve charging a horse at full gallop through an 80-yard course towards suspended rings. Six-time U.S. jousting champion Buddy Wooders calls Denton home, and he is a member of the National Jousting Association Hall of Fame. This is his dad, Dorsey, accepting the April Touch of Class Award from the Maryland Horse Industry Board. Buddy is one of 4 national champions, all of whom are from Maryland, who are recognized. Another one from Denton is Vincent Reinhold here, also from Denton. MHIB Chairman Jim Steele, Maryland Jousting Association President Vicki Betts presented the awards, and 42-year-old Buddy Wooders is the uncle of 17-year-old Vincent Reinhold here.
How about that?
All in the family.
Yeah.
So my question is this.
What?
How many times have you wished that your neighbor's dog would quit barking? Are you sure it's the dog? Check this out. Investigating what sounded like the dog barking turned out to be the cat barking.
Oh my goodness!
But once the cat realized he'd been busted impersonating the canine,
He went back to meowing.
he went back to meowing and changed his tune. That's a weird cat right there.
Oh.
That's a weird
That
cat.
is funny. Well, oftentimes our pets are like our children. Still ahead on DelmarvaLife, we learn how to keep our kids safe while traveling in the car.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no idea how to put one of these into one of these. Well, coming up next, I'll get a lesson in how to do that, and I'll tell you why doing so is so important.
What if your child was born with a congenital heart defect? Coming up, we're going to hear the story of one young boy who is living life to the fullest despite his diagnosis.
If your child is born with a birth defect or extremely premature, it can be devastating and taxing, and not to mention incredibly expensive. We hear about a local group helping to ease that burden for families here on Delmarva, plus how you can help.
And how you can join your friends in celebrating the history of one beautiful city here on Delmarva in this year's Dover Days. Later on, we're going to get a preview of the event with a special twist. We're in the DelmarvaLife kitchen tasting the state dessert, which happens to be peach pie.
And that's not all. The cast of 13, the musical, stops by to give us a little taste of all the musical magic we can see there. Stick around. DelmarvaLife, we'll be right back.
DelmarvaLife is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.